Speak about product innovations, there are more or less two approaches, which are very well known. So at the one side, you have the market pull principle, and on the other side, technology push. And therefore, we have these two examples. And to start with, one of these, the presentation is high-speed rotary seals for electric drive units. So eMobility is a big topic right now, as all of you know if you read the newspapers very carefully. And to show you the importance of that topic right now, I brought some figures with me. So if we think about 2020, the global stock of 30 million electric vehicles is the target set right now, so is more or less the number which is expected. So it's a very big number. And two other interesting facts. If we look just on the parts with regards to a electric vehicle, 70% of an electric vehicle's component parts may be different from a gasoline engine. And on the other side, the diversity of parts will be reduced to almost 80%. So these are huge numbers. And with these numbers, you can see that there is a big change in the automotive industry. One main application in the electric vehicle is the electric drive unit. As you can see over here, a very nice picture which shows the most important components. The electric drive unit consists of an electric motor, transmission, and power electronics. And to keep the electric motor dry and the fluid where it should be in the transmission, there is a highly reliable rotary seal needed, which is between the motor and the transmission. If we now look a little bit deeper into that application, here you see a nice picture where the part is where we are talking about. Here is the place where the seal is located. So we are talking about the interface between the electric motor and the transmission, and the seal is very close to a bearing, which makes the things even more complicated. And if we are now talking to you, to the customers, there are basically a couple of questions coming up. And of course, if we are talking about high-speed rotary seals, one question is about the speed. So speed is very important when looking into that application. How high is the speed, and for how long is the maximum speed really in the application? But the other thing, which is at least as important as the speed, is the lubrication. The lubrication, because you have the transmission, you have usually your ATF fluid within your transmission, but then close to the rotary seal there is a bearing, and it's hard to tell how much fluid is really reaching out to the seal. So for us to set up a design, to develop a seal, it's very challenging if the situation of the lubrication is unclear. Pressure could be a question which could be raised. Usually in these kind of applications you don't have an applied pressure, but some pressure peaks can be out of importance. And when we then talk about the seal, these are the two things which we need to consider, which is friction, so less friction as possible, which results in low torque, and also the lifetime of the seal, so endurance tests and so forth. I said that we are considering two different approaches when it comes to product innovations. In this case, we had a careful look into the market. What is the market looking right now, and what is it looking for? Where is the development going to? And at the moment, it seems that the cars you see on the road, they have high speed already, and they are in a range of, let's say, 30 meters per second. And the parts, or the rotary seal, is more or less highly lubricated. So you have enough lubrication to cool down your system at the sealing spot and at the bearing. That means that with the basic or with the standard solutions which are on the market, you're able to fulfill the requirements which you have in these kind of applications. But where the future goes, this is the big question mark for everybody. The speeds seem to be even higher than 40 meters per second, which is a very high value, especially when you look into the solutions you see on the market right now. And the dry run capabilities seem to be a very important topic. So if you don't have enough lubrication at your seal, that has a huge impact on the lifetime of your seal as well. Therefore, a high sophisticated rotary seal will be needed. So with this being said, we collected lots of information from different customer projects and found some values we wanted to fix for our testing setup. So we started to test with a 38 millimeter shaft to have a more standardized version. Looked into speeds up to 21,000 RPM, which results in more or less 40 meters per second, and temperatures of 150 degrees, which is a peak, of course. Most of the times it runs up to 120, 130, so 150 is really the peak of the temperature within the application. And we looked into different ATF fluids. It is challenging because the fluids, they have a big impact on the performance of the seal. So ATF fluid is not equal ATF fluid. They have big differences. And when it comes to specific customer projects, this is something we need to have a deeper look into. And I spoke about the oil mist condition, and to apply that into the test bench, that was one of the hardest things. And therefore we developed a kind of a spray to just slightly spray some oil into the application to cause that oil mist condition in the application. And the other thing we did was to set up an own load cycle, because to build up a realistic scenario how the application behaves in real life. Therefore, it was needed to collect also different load cycles from different customers and to set up our own realistic load cycle. And as you can see, there is a reverse at the very beginning, which then turns up to the to higher speed of 5,000, goes even higher to 15,000, then drops down, and at the end goes up again to the maximum speed. After doing these tests, we saw that two different seals are able to perform or to withstand these tough requirements in the application. And on the one side, we have a Turkin PDFE rotary seal, which is the HiSpin PDRT. And the second one, which performed as good as the other one as well, is our HiSpin HS40, which is an XLT FKM rotary seal. Now I want to give you some more details about both seals, to get a feeling, which seals we used here and how they, which are the benefits of them. So starting with the PDRT, which is a PDFE lip seal, we saw that this seal is also able to withstand speeds even higher, to 60 meters per second, which is a very high value. And also able to handle some pressure. So if we have some pressure peaks in the application, that rotary seal is definitely able to withstand that. One other thing is the chemical compatibility of PDFE. So this is not a secret, but of course it helps when you think about the sometimes also very aggressive ATF fluids. And it has, because of its special manufacturing, it has a low friction absorption, which makes it special, and also special compared to our standard products we have in the catalog. And another thing which is very interesting for those of you who have already worked with this application when it comes to conductivity. So there is a conductive PDFE available, which already showed very positive results as well. Of course, there are also some constraints, especially when it comes to higher values of runout, because of the limited flexibility of PDFE. So this is something where we should have a closer look into. And also the assembly. It's something where a careful assembly is needed, and also some mounting tools are required. As next step, we are looking into high volume production. eMobility at the moment does not bring us high volumes tomorrow, but it definitely will bring us high volumes, and we need to be prepared for that, and that's what we are doing right now to be prepared at the right time. The other product is the HS40. The HS40 had very positive results with the speeds up to 40 meters per second, so there was no wear on the lip, and also no leakage. It has the ability to handle runout because of its very flexible elastomer lip, and also when it comes to the assembly process, it's a more or less standardized process where you don't have to watch out so much as you have for the PDRT. And as we use an XLT FKM material, we have both low temperature and high temperature good characteristics for both of them. In addition to that, if you think about rubber of course offers you on both sides, on the static and on the dynamic sealing, very good performance, which makes this seal also very special. The pressure handling could be critical with this part. As I said, in that application where we looked into, pressure was not a big issue, but if you have systems where the pressure is much higher, this is definitely something where we need to have a deeper look into. And the range of fluid compatibility. Compared to PDFE, of course, there are some differences. The torque comparison is probably one of the most important things when you think about electric motors, the performance, the efficiency. And as you can see over here, we tested also a standard radial oil seal, where we see a curve reaching up to 0.07 Newton meters. And if we now took our both seals, which performed absolutely positive in the tests, there was at least nowhere almost, or there was no leakage, and still the torque value is very low at the PDRT, almost not measurable. And this is probably one of the biggest benefits of both of the seals, because when it comes to power losses, the values are very low. Thinking about what's next, we had the development project, and the development is not finalized yet, of course not. The material development goes on. We have the HS40 and XLT FKM. Of course, we are aiming to have also some other materials which are able to fulfill these requirements. So this is a big topic we have on our on our map for the future next steps. Also, product development. If you think about possible improvements you can do on both designs, and also material and product testing. We had some tests. I showed you the test setup for this 500 hours test. But if you think about endurance tests and so on, this is something, of course, we need to do as well. But this is also something we want to do together with the customers, because every customer has his own requirements, his own load cycle, and then it just makes sense to do that together in a development project with the customer. And this is also the last point for this presentation. The dedicated customer projects. This is also something we are doing right now already with these new two products. and where we are learning a lot and where we are having already very successful test results. So, as you have recognized, this was a classical market pull approach where we collected lots of market requirements, where we saw there is a need on the market, and where we as Trelleborg had to do a development to get into that market.